to go back to that old country church and to hear the songs of praise. How the people would sing, it would make the heavens ring at that old country church. Shall we gather at the river, the beautiful river? Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Oh, I'll never forget at that old country church how the glory of the Lord came down, it came down, and the children would smile as they shouted down the aisle of that old country church. Leaning, safe and secure from all alarms. Leaning, sailing on the everlasting arms. Then on Sunday to see all my friends so dear to me at that old country church. When it came time for prayer, everybody would be there at that old country church. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. Now the years have gone by, and so many have died at that old country church. But they're on the other shore, and they'll sing forevermore as they did at that old country church. I'm redeemed, my love divine, glory, glory, Christ is mine, Christ is mine, all to him, I now resign, I have been redeemed. I'm redeemed, my love divine, glory, glory, Christ is mine, all to him, I now resign, I have been redeemed at that old country church.
We're going to sing that chorus 2 more times with the key change and help us with it.
I'm redeemed, my love divine, glory, glory, Christ is mine, all to him, I now resign, I have been redeemed. I'm redeemed, my love divine, glory, glory, Christ is mine, all to him, I now resign, I have been redeemed at that old country church.
I guess now is a good time to introduce us. I'm Kevin. My wife Brenda in the pink. I forgot her the last time, so I thought I'd better get that over with here. My oldest child is Katrina. And my next oldest is Jason. And we have Kendra. And Bethany, and Arlen, and Leroy. We added one more to our family in February. Bethany got married to a Gerald Yoder from North Dakota, and he's out in the audience here, and I hope he's back there praying someplace. And we also have a daughter-in-law that's here. Her name is Verna, married to Jason. And the gentleman on my right over here is Jared, and he's Katrina's husband. And we all live right there in the Fort Wayne area except for Gerald and Bethany. And we found a new place to vacation, I guess.
I hear people talking about Jesus in a manger, a little baby born in Bethlehem. And sometimes I have to wonder, do they really understand? Do they really know the rest of the story, how he died for our sin and rose up with power and glory? And the story doesn't end in the manger. Yes, he went all the way to the cross, where he died for our sin, and then he rose again to save us from eternal doom. Yes, the story ends with the empty tomb. Well, the story of how Jesus was born seems to get all the glory, but it's only the beginning to the greatest love story. How the Father sent his Son as a gift for all men, and the story ends in heaven with Jesus the glorified Lamb. And the story doesn't end in the manger. Yes, he went all the way to the cross, where he died for our sin, and then he rose again to save us from eternal doom. Yes, the story ends with the empty tomb. Jesus rose again, now there's an empty tomb.
The next song I chose out and has some solo part to it, and they looked at me and said, well, you chose it, so you do the solo part. Like, well, that wasn't what I was really intending, but it's really been speaking to me. It's called Whispers in the Night. And how many of here have ever had a hard time or struggle in life? I think we could all say that we have all had a difficult time in life. What do we find ourselves doing? I find myself trying to do it on my own strength, trying to push God over the side, and I've got this, I can do it, and trying to fight it on my own. But until I step back and sit down and let God whisper to me, let God take control of the situation, it's not going to go away. I'm not going to be able to conquer it. So the challenge of the song is to sit back and in the difficult times of life to hear the whisper of God. I am waiting for his whisper in the night. I'm depending on his word to give me light. I'm expecting a victory in this fight. I am listening for what God whispers in the night. I am waiting for his whisper in the night. I'm depending on his word to give me light. I'm expecting a victory in this fight. I am listening for what God whispers in the night. midst of tribulation, seems the darkness has no end. When my light of faith is fragile, like a candle in the wind. All alone, though I'm surrounded by my friends and family dear, it's your strong voice that comforts me, your voice that says I'm near. I am
Waiting for his whisper in the night. I'm depending on his word to give me light. I'm expecting a victory in this fight. I am listening for what God whispers in the night.
in your word I found my hope, rest from my affliction, evidence of faithfulness, abiding love and grace. It is in this lonely midnight that I found my greatest treasure, the assurance that you hear me, Lord, and that you see me in this place. I am waiting for his whisper in the night. I'm depending on his word to give me light. I'm expecting a great victory in this fight. This fight. I am listening for what God whispers in the night.
That's become one of my favorite songs this week. Some of you know of Valerie Bechtel, the one that was taken away unexpectedly at the beginning of this week. On Easter Sunday, she was a very, very close, dear friend of mine, and it was hard for me to understand why. And right away, that's the first question you want to ask is why? Why, God? And I don't know, this whole week has just been a journey for me. And just coming to the place where I hear that whisper. For so long, my screams of why, God, were way too loud to even hear the whisper. And to hear the whisper of God say, because I needed her here, because I'm done with her on earth, and I want her here as my angel. And just tonight, singing that song, it gave me a peace to know that God has a plan. And when our screams of pain are louder than his whispers, we're not going to hear them. And the next song is called You're About to Climb. And Valerie and I farewelled from Hillcrest home together the same night, and we sang this at our farewell. Our family did. And I didn't realize that 7 months later, I'd be singing it the day of her funeral, the evening after her funeral. And it's just a reassurance to me that God cares. Why did he have us learn this song? I don't know. Maybe it was for tonight. Maybe he knew I would need it tonight. But for those of you out in the crowd who have pain in your heart tonight, I know I'm not the only one in a group this size. Take this song and the last song to heart and just let God speak to you tonight. He has to me already. And just open your heart to him. Standing at the crossroads of faith and deepest fear, So afraid of failing if you move on from here. The road ahead is steep, but you're not giving up. 'Cause God's about to take you to a brand new place of trust.
Take a step of faith. It's time to move. Lay aside your fears and watch what God will do. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb.
Higher heights await you beyond what you have dreamed, and they're yours for the taking if you dare to believe. So leave your doubts behind and let God make you brave, 'cause He has gone before you and He's already made a way.
Take a step of faith. It's time to move. Lay aside your fears and watch what God will do. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb.
You may feel you can't go on, it just seems too hard, but put your hand in His, He will take you to the stars, to the stars.
Take a step of faith. It's time to move. Lay aside your fears and watch what God will do. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb. To climb.
Climbing to a place that's described in Revelations, John couldn't even describe it. But it's a beautiful place, streets that shine like gold. Do you want to be there? Next song is We'll All Be There.
When the last day shall come and the roll shall be called, when the saints meet their Savior in the air, when the pilgrim and stranger at last reach their home, we'll be there, praise the Lord, we'll all be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be there. We'll all be there on the dawning of day, that great and glorious day, when the saints all gather home. Gather home. We'll be there. Praise the Lord. We'll all be there. When the ransomed ever shall unite in the song that is sung by the angels bright and fair, when the harps all shall ring and the music shall roll, we'll be there, praise the Lord, we'll all be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there, we'll be there, we'll all be there we shall ne'er say goodbye in that home of the soul that will not have a burden or a care. And when Jesus shall say, enter in with thy Lord, we'll be there, praise the Lord, we'll all be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there, we'll be there, we'll all be there on the dawning of the day, that great and glorious day when the saints all gather home.
Gather home.
Gather home, we'll be there, praise the Lord, we'll all be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll all be there on the dawning of the day, that great and glorious day when the saints all gather home.
Gather home.
Gather home, we'll be there, praise the Lord, we'll all be there. We'll be there, praise the Lord, we'll all be there.
Born in a stable, his mother a virgin, raised in a carpenter's shop. His people were slaves, his parents were poor, his friends were a lowly lot. His chances in life are very slim. He's expected to be a slave, but the people in darkness saw light in him and hopes of freedom he gained. All of the power in heaven and earth God had invested in him. He's to die on the cross, descend into hell, meet the devil and take the keys from him. He yielded himself to the death on the cross, cried it's finished, then slumped to die. In the regions of hell, the devil celebrated, we've destroyed the King, he cried. In the midst of the celebration, footsteps were heard, walking the corridors of hell. Then the shouting stopped, when a voice rang out, a voice that rang like a bell. Satan trembled as he recognized him who had come to deliver his own. Shut and lock those gates, he cried, don't let him ascend to the throne. Then the gates swung shut in the face of the King to prove God's salvation untrue. But he shook hell's gates and he cried, lift up your heads, the King is coming through. Then out of the devil's prison house came processions led by the King, shouting, now, O grave, where is thy victory, O death, where is thy sting? Who is the King of glory? The Lord God mighty in battle is he. Who is the King of glory? The Master of earth and heaven supreme. Who is the King of glory? The one that not even death could stop. He is the King of glory.
The little boy from the carpenter's shop. The little boy from the carpenter's shop. The little boy from the carpenter's shop. The King of glory stands outside your door. Who is this King? The King of glory is Christ the Lord. He wants to walk with you. He wants to talk with you. Open your heart, let the King of glory come in. Open your heart, let the King of glory come in. Let him in.
This next song we're going to sing is called Secret Place. The last stanza there that we sang, the King of Glory is standing outside your door. This next song is talking about a door in each of our hearts that is closed. Maybe you have one closed, maybe you've opened it up. But a year ago, I had a door that was closed. And it wasn't until we sang a song last night talking about whispers in the night. It wasn't until he came to me in actually a loud voice. I had a car accident, and it woke me up because I knew I wasn't ready to go. And when I was sliding through everything, I was thinking, here I go. I wasn't ready. But then this song came to my mind. My heart is like a house, and I had a door that was shut. And just like Garment of Praise, Danny, he shared a poem, something about why just sit there and wallow in your own sin. Just open the door. There's so much freedom. And we also sing a song called I Stand Redeemed. And after you open that door, it is just nothing but glory to be able to stand there and say, I stand redeemed. So I'm just praying if there's anybody in this room that has a door that's shut, open it up. You'll find there's so much peace.
I was, to continue a testimony on this song, in school I always loved English, and it tends to carry over into singing. Some of you may not have known that, but it does for me. But verb tense and words stick out to me when I'm singing. And the first verse says, my heart is like a house, one day I let the Savior in. And it goes on to talk as he's presently talking, or no, later on in that verse it comes, and he is talking as I knew the day had come too soon. He said, I said, Jesus, I'm not ready for us to visit in that room. And then second chorus of that song changes verb tense and puts a whole new meaning on the song. It says, there was a place in my heart where even I didn't go. I had some things hidden there I didn't want no one to know. But he handed me the keys with tears of love on his face. He made me clean. I let him in my secret place.
My heart is like a house. One day I let the Savior in. There are many rooms where we would visit now and then. But then one day he saw that door. I knew the day had come too soon.
I said, Jesus, I'm not ready for us to visit in that room.
'Cause that's a place in my
Heart, where even I don't go. I have some things hidden there I don't want no one want to know. But he handed me the keys with tears of love on his face. He said, I want to make you clean. Let me go in your secret place.
Then I opened up the door, and as the two of us walked in, I was so ashamed. His light revealed my hidden sin. But when I think about that room now, I'm not afraid anymore, 'cause I know my hidden sin no longer hides behind that door. There was a place in my heart where even I didn't go. I had some things hidden there I didn't want no one to know. But he handed me the keys with tears of love on his face. He made me clean. I let him in my secret place. Is there a place in your heart where even you don't go? You have some things hidden there you don't want no one to know. But he's handing you the keys with tears of love on his face. He'll make you clean. Let him go in your secret place. He'll make you clean. Let him go in your secret place.
Solid rock, solid rock, solid rock, solid rock, Christ is the solid rock.
My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but only lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock, Christ the solid rock, Christ the solid rock. When darkness seems to veil his face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand, all other ground is sinking sand. His oath is covenant and blood, supporting the whelming flood. When all around my soul gives way, my hope and stay. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand, all other ground is sinking sand. When he
His righteousness as walls before the throne. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand, all other ground is sinking sand.
Next song's entitled Great and Awesome God. And we stand on that solid rock, a rock that is higher than what we are. We can get a breath of that living air, the breath of life that God breathes into us by standing on that rock. So, great and awesome God.
Every breath I take is given to me from the Heavenly Father above. I am protected by His great big hands of abundant mercy and love. And every day I walk this way, it is so plain to see that the one who hung the moon and stars will surely take care of me. He's a great and awesome God. His mighty love and mercy abounds. He's a great and awesome God. No greater power on earth can be found. His love endures through all generations, calling to the lost to receive salvation. Upon His name we call. He's a great and awesome God.
My God can hold this great big world in the mighty palm of His hand, while the other hand is leading me as I walk through a barren land. His eyes can ponder the many wonders of the land, the sky, and the sea, while at the same time His loving eyes are watching over you and me. He's a great and awesome God. His mighty love and mercy abounds. He's a great and awesome God. No greater power on earth can be found. His love endures through all generations, calling to the lost to receive salvation. Upon His name we call. He's a great and awesome God. He's a great and awesome God. His mighty love and mercy abounds. He's a great and awesome God. No greater power on earth can be found. His love endures through all generations, calling to the lost to receive salvation. Upon His name we call. He's a great and awesome God. Upon His name we call. He's a great and awesome God.
Great and awesome, great and awesome, great and awesome God.
Some of you heard my testimony last night, and I'm not going to repeat it just for sake of time, but the next song we're going to sing is I've Never Been This Homesick Before. And if you're here tonight and you're homesick, rest assured you're not the only one. I know of several of us in our own family who are homesick tonight for heaven. And just let this song minister to you on a personal level. And just listen to the words of this song, that someday we do have the assurance that someday we can make it to heaven. We can have that assurance. And if you don't have that assurance, find someone to talk to. But let this song minister to you tonight or this afternoon. There's a light in the window, and the table spread for splendor. Someone standing by the open door. I can see the crystal river. Oh, I must be near forever, and I've never been this homesick before. See the bright light shine. It's just about home time.
can see my Father standing at the door. This world has been a wilderness, and I'm ready for deliverance. And I've never been this homesick before.
I can see the family gather, sweet faces all familiar, but no one's old and feeble anymore. Oh, this lonesome heart is crying, think I'll spread my wings for flying. Lord, I've never been this homesick before.
See the bright light shine, it's just about home time. I can see my Father standing at the door. This world has been a wilderness, and I'm ready for deliverance. And I've never been this homesick before. Oh Lord, I've never been this homesick before.
This next song is entitled, I Will Stand for Jesus. And I remember sharing a little bit before we sang it last year, and I'm going to repeat what I said. If you haven't made the decision that you're going to stand for Jesus, if it costs you your life, if you haven't made that decision now, then you probably won't stand then. Daniel purposed in his heart ahead of time that he was going to stand, whatever the cost. And this song is speaking of a day that's coming very soon. Are you ready to stand if it costs you your life? If you read the newspaper, it's quite obvious that this world can't go on very much longer. Why don't we do our job and tell the world about his amazing grace and how it saved us? We have a free gift, and so many times we keep it to ourselves.
And just like the last call will come, this is the last song for this segment. So. In John chapter 14, Jesus told the disciples, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. Where I am, there ye may be also.
Headlines in the paper read, destruction in the air. Men's hearts are failing them from worry and of fear. And it seems as though the family has often gone away. So it's time that we, the Christians, we stand up and proudly say,
I will stand for Jesus, though the world may say I'm wrong. I will lift the bloodstained banner and sing redemption's song.
I will tell the world of amazing grace, how his blood washed away my sin. Oh, I want the world to hear my voice, for Jesus is coming back again.
So let the Christians of our nation unite across our land. Red, yellow, black, and white, together we will stand. We will stand. and song.
I will tell the world of amazing grace, how his blood washed away my sin. Oh, I want the world to hear my voice.
Yes, I want the world to hear my voice. For Jesus is coming back again. Yes, Jesus is coming back again. 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 He's coming back again.
I must confess, the first time my children come up here, I think it was the second time this was, or maybe the first time that they had the gospel sing, I thought, why do they have to run all over the place listening to singing and stuff? But after about the fourth time, I come up with them, and now I understand. It's a joy to be with God's people and to worship in this way. As you can see, we got some extra people with us tonight. We're standing in our little families. You can see the tail end of the original family on this end, my wife and Arlen to my right, Leroy to my left, Brenda, my wife, and Kendra. And then we have our oldest daughter, Katrina, her husband, Jared, and their little girl, Marissa. And then we have the newlyweds, Bethany and Gerald. The last name is Yoder. Katrina's last name is Wilson now. And then my oldest son, Jason, his wife, Verna, and Corbin and Kiana. And each one of them special to me, because whether you know it or not, I'm not the best singer in the world, but they sure fill in the gap. So the first song we're going to sing here tonight is Me and My House. As for you and your house, who do you serve? We've chosen to serve the Lord.
We stand here together. As a family, we join hands together, lifting praises to the Father above for sending his Son. We've chosen together as a family to serve him forever, knowing nothing else will matter in time. We've made up our minds. Through the heat of the day, we will join in the fight till he takes us away, till our faith becomes sight. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. We will serve him. We will serve him. We will serve him, for he is worthy. Choose you this day. Tell me, who will you serve? Let nothing stand in your way. Give the praise he deserves. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Choose you this day. Tell me, who will you serve? Let nothing stand in your way. Give the praise he deserves. As for me and my house, we will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. We will serve the Lord.
This is probably one of our favorite pastimes when her and I are home alone. We sing all kinds of songs and the same songs over and over. But we're going to let her sing you a song. We're going to help her. And if you want to sing along on the chorus, you can.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so.
God created man in his image. He gave him a woman as a helpmeet. He caused them to have children. And he said, go and conquer the world. So if we have another generation of singers coming up, I'll be happy as a grandpa to sit on the front bench and listen to them sing. But choose you this day whom you will serve. If you don't serve the Lord, you're going to miss out in the end.
Standing at the crossroads of faith and deepest fear, so afraid of failing if you move on from here. The road ahead is steep, but you're not giving up, 'cause God's about to take you to a brand new place of trust. Take a step of faith. It's time to move. Lay aside your fears and watch what God will do. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb. Higher heights await you beyond what you have dreamed, and they're yours for the taking if you dare to believe. So leave your doubts behind and let God make you brave, 'cause he has gone before you and he's already made a way. Take a step of faith. It's time to move. Lay aside your fears and watch what God will do. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb. You may feel you can't go on. It just seems too hard. But put your hand in his. He will take you to the stars. To the stars. Take a step of faith. It's time to move. Lay aside your fears and watch what God will do. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb. There's victory ahead. That mountain's not too high. Friend, hold on, 'cause you're about to climb. To climb.
This next song is probably my favorite one of this time segment. And my favorite part is in Declare to the Angels, I got here by grace. It is only grace that we are not, it's by his mercies that we are not consumed. And I just want to thank God for that.
For the times you've kept me safe and sound, and picked me up when I run aground, for drying my tears when I was cast down. For your tender mercies I thank you. For answering prayers time and again, for calming my soul when fear rushes in, and keeping me safe through strong raging winds. For peace like a river I thank you. For peace like a river, I thank you. And Lord, most of all, for an old rugged cross, where your Son would have died just for me, for saving my soul when I was helpless and lost, for redeeming and setting me free. For your word and your wisdom, and supplying my needs, for the heavenly home I know I will see. For joy on the journey, and your great love for me. For all of these blessings I thank you. For all of these blessings I thank you. One day I will see you, then face to face. When my race is run, I'll walk through your gates and declare to the angels, I got here by grace. I'll bow at your feet saying thank you. I'll bow at your feet saying thank you. And declare to the angels, I got here by grace. Heavenly Father, I thank you. Heavenly Father, I thank you.
As you all heard, I just got married in February. This next song is called Are You Dressed for the Wedding? And for those who know me, but I dreamed like several times a few months before my wedding that I was not there on time, and I either didn't have my hair combed or I forgot something. And yeah, that was the worst dream ever. But this next song is, are you dressed for the banquet? Are you dressed for the wedding? Are you ready to go? And I was just reminded during that time that I knew when the bridegroom was coming, but we don't. And we need to be ready 24/7. Our hearts need to be focused on him, and whenever he comes, we will be ready for him.
Are you dressed for the wedding? Have you washed your robes? Are you dressed for the banquet? Are you ready to go? Are your lamps trimmed and burning with the Spirit's light. Are you ready for the wedding if the groom comes tonight?
Have you heard that there's a wedding and it's coming soon? I know.
The whole wide world's invited. Are you ready now to go?
Oh, there will be a banquet. Won't you come and dine?
See the King of all the ages turning water into wine. Are you dressed for the wedding? Have you washed your robes? Are you dressed for the banquet? Are you ready to go? Are your lamps trimmed and burning with the Spirit's light? Are you ready for the wedding if the groom comes tonight?
When you hear that trumpet sounding on a bright and glorious day,
When you hear the angels singing, you will up and fly away.
there will be a celebration like none the world has known.
On that everlasting morning when the Lord comes for his own. Are you dressed for the wedding? Have you washed your robes? Are you dressed for the banquet? Are you ready to go? Are your lamps trimmed and burning with the Spirit's light? Are you ready for the wedding if the groom comes tonight? Are you dressed for the wedding? Have you washed your robes? Are you dressed for the banquet? Are you ready to go? Are your lamps trimmed and burning with the Spirit's light? Are you ready for the wedding if the bridegroom comes tonight?
How many times have you heard someone say, if I had his money, I could do things my way. But little they know that it's so hard to find one rich man in 10 with a satisfied mind. Once I was winning in fortune and fame, everything that I dreamed for to get a start on life's game. But suddenly it happened. I lost every dime, but I'm richer by far with a satisfied mind. Money can't buy back your youth when you're old, or a friend when you're lonely, or a love that's grown cold. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times, compared to the man with a satisfied mind. When life is ended, my time has run out. My friends and my loved ones, I'll leave them no doubt. But there's one thing for certain: when it comes my time. I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. But there's one thing for certain, when it comes my time, I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind.
This is our last song. Remember last year we sang a song, Tell and Sing the News, but the day will come when we can no longer do that here. One by one we may all go at one time, but if you missed me from us singing down here, we'll be singing in glory.
If you miss me from a singing down here, you can't find me nowhere, nowhere. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be singing up there. You know that I'll be singing. I'll be singing up there, up there. I'll be singing up there, up there. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be singing up there. If you miss me from a praying down here, you can't find me nowhere, nowhere. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be praying up there. You know that I'll be praying. I'll be praying up there, up there. I'll be praying up there, up there. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be praying up there. I'll be singing in heaven. I'll be singing up there. I'll be singing in heaven. I'll be singing up there. If you miss me from a sermon down here, you can't find me nowhere, nowhere. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be serving up there. I'll be serving up there, up there. I'll be serving up there, up there. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be serving up there. I'll be singing in heaven. I'll be singing up there. I'll be singing in heaven. I'll be singing up there. If you miss me from a singing down here, you can't find me nowhere, nowhere. Just come on up to bright glory, and I'll be singing up there. I'll be singing up there, up there. I'll be singing up there, up there. Just come on up to bright glory. I'll be singing.